to eCommerce News Network. We're going to travel around the world a little bit in this episode. We're first going to go to the Nordic countries, Nordic meaning Norway, Denmark, Sweden, Finland, and Iceland. E-commerce in the Nordic region was worth 21.9 billion euros, which is about 30 billion, is it? Yeah, close to 30 billion US dollars in 2016. So a lot of dollars. You know, when I've traveled the world, I remember I was away for 4 months when I was a lot younger, and you think you've seen so much, and then you go home and you look at the map and you've seen that much. And that's what we're learning here with e-commerce, is that you think you found an enormous market, all you have to do is look around and there's another one that you didn't even think of. 2/3 of Sweden, Denmark and Norway shop online. 2/3. And we heard in an earlier episode that that Norway, even though they're 1/10 the population of the UK, they're ahead of the UK in online shopping. Norwegians, Swedes and Danes spend an average of 162 euros, that's $175 a month online shopping. They can shop when it suits them, cheaper, larger, better range, more convenient, and saves time. The same reason that people all over the world shop online. The most popular products in the Nordics: clothing and footwear are the most popular, followed by media and home electronics. There are some differences. For example, it's more common to buy groceries online in Denmark. Online consumers in Sweden buy more health and beauty products. That's really fantastic, the way it's going with the grocery. You know, eventually there's probably not going to be hardly any grocery stores. The grocery stores are going to be all online, virtual, going down the aisles and looking online. Over 1/3 of online consumers in the Nordics make purchases from international e-commerce websites every month. So they're buying from cross-border e-commerce. Last year, purchases from foreign retailers accounted for 25% of total e-commerce consumption in the Nordics. The United Kingdom and China are the most popular countries to purchase from, followed by Germany, the United States, and Sweden. Well, Sweden is part of the Nordics. That doesn't belong in there. They purchase from the United Kingdom and China, closely followed by Germany and the US. That's the way it should read. eCommerce. 1 in 4 Nordic consumers who shopped online has made a purchase via their mobile phone. In all 4 countries, consumers is 5 countries. 5 countries. In all 5 countries, consumers, I should have rejected this. In all 5 countries, consumers aged 18 to 49 do this much more often than older customers. Well, we know that. It's the millennials that do it again. Indonesia. Indonesia is the most beautiful country. I've been there a few times. My son just came back from spending a year there. Indonesia, it consists of thousands of islands. Literally, there's thousands of them. And it's covered in volcanoes and beautiful beaches and jungles where they have elephants and tigers and orangutans. It's just the most unbelievable place. I mean, if you saw the movie Apocalypse Now, no, what am I talking about? That wasn't in Indonesia, was it? No, it wasn't. Forget it. Forget I said that. Delete all references to Apocalypse Now. It just happens to be one of my favorite movies. Let's go back to Indonesia. I think that's where I was before I got violently sidetracked. There is a bright yellow sign on stalls in South Jakarta that reads, "We accept KJP for the purchase of school uniforms, books and pencils." Get this. KJP. It's short for Kartu Jakarta Pintar, meaning the Jakarta Smart Card. It's a virtual wallet that was introduced by the Jakarta government as a welfare benefit for students from low-income families living in the capital. It's used to buy pencils, pens, books, and school uniforms. It was introduced in 2012 to disperse the welfare funds. More than 500,000 cards have been issued, and they make up the largest group of cashless payment users among Indonesia's 250 million people. What a fantastic system. It's projected that 103.5 million people will own a smartphone I can't speak today. What's wrong with me? Well, I'll be better tomorrow. We'll own a smartphone this year. That's 40% of the population, making Indonesia the third largest smartphone market in the Asia Pacific after China and India. That's pretty impressive. Retail e-commerce sales in Indonesia totaled over $5.5 billion last year. It's expected to reach over $10 billion by 2019. That's just 2 years away. Everyone in Indonesia rides motorcycles or scooters. You don't see hardly any cars. They've all got motorcycles. They're all crazy, but it's wonderful. I rented one. I drove all around Bali on a little motor scooter at one stage. It's wonderful. Well, there's a motorbike on-demand service now that allows customers to pay with their smartphones. Imagine that. You can just go up with your phone, get yourself a motorcycle. It's a huge market and has massive growth potential. Vietnam, that's Apocalypse Now, Vietnam. Although they didn't shoot it in Vietnam, did they? It was the Philippines. Forget Apocalypse Now. I've got this thing about Apocalypse Now in my head. What was the line? I love the smell of napalm in the morning. Robert Duvall, what a great film. Vietnam e-commerce competition is hot. Vietnam is another extraordinary place. It's nearly 100 million people there. The capital, of course, being Hanoi, used to be Saigon. It's just beautiful beaches and rivers. It's just a beautiful, beautiful place. The competition in Vietnam has now switched from the focus from prices to rapid delivery. Customers demand good service, and delivery times have become a key factor in that. Analysts said competing by cutting prices by up to 50%, that's just old news. With customers now, they demand good service, meaning shortening the delivery times. That's a key factor. The country's largest online shopping platform is Lazada. Currently, they're advertising an average delivery time of more than 2 days. Urban areas are served faster for obvious reasons. At the end of last year, the company tied up with Aha Move, which is a motorcycle delivery service, just like in Indonesia. And they began a new delivery schedule that enables customers to get their product, in certain cases, within just 60 minutes on a motorcycle. I guess they haven't got drones there in Vietnam yet. Product quality and delivery time are the most important factors for customers. And we covered something about bonuses and things and offers that you can give. A company called Tiki has begun to deliver within 24 hours, and if they make a late delivery, customers will receive a Tiki coin worth 30,000 dong. It's about $1.30. 30,000 dong. It sounds much more valuable when you say 30,000 dong than $1.30, doesn't it? They can use it next time when they're shopping. The speedier delivery does cost more. Express delivery costs 2 to 3 times more than standard delivery. But despite this, companies have no hesitation in offering express delivery because that will encourage customers to come back in the future. Of course it will, as it will anywhere in the world. Thank you for joining us today. We will see you soon with another episode of e-commerce news from the e-commerce news network. Thank you.